What's up, guys? Welcome to your 179th Android tutorial where we're going to start programming our cube. And what I've done is I set up three new classes. You guys don't have to, just so I can add it to the demo application that you guys can download from the marketplace or whatever. So it's pretty much the same. All I'm going to do is change, if you guys decide to make three new classes. I called this one GL Cube Example, which is the activity class, and it's going to take a GL Cube renderer, which is pretty much the exact same as our previous renderer, except instead of having a triangle, I set up a GL Cube, which we're going to create here, which is that class we're going to create for cube, and pretty much everything else is the same. It's giving us an error because we don't have a draw method within our cube as well, but pretty much everything else is going to be the same as for now. Maybe change this to be a little bit closer there. Alright, so let's get into it. Let's open our GL Cube class up, and it's right here. It's going to be pretty simple. We're actually going to we're going to open our triangle class first and pretty much copy everything because it's pretty much the same framework. So it's going to be nice and easy here, a little bit easier. We'll be able to move a little bit quicker than we did previously, and we just need to change our constructor to cube. Oops. To the name of our class or cube here. So GL Cube. And there we go. Now let's just think about the points that we need to set up, and we're going to work with 3D now. It's going to be pretty much for the same concepts here. So as you can see, we have 4 points here, and then also if we hover around, you can see 2 or 3 more points here, but there's also a 4th point back here. So we have a total of 8 points to build a cube, which makes sense. And so we're just gonna put those points in. Got to think about it. This would be like, let's go to the front view again. This frontmost point up here would be 1, 1, and then -1 in the y direction, or in the z direction. So it'll be closer to us. And then anyways, we're just gonna program them. Hopefully you guys kind of understand the coordinates of the points, and so we're just going to go into Eclipse, change your point references up here. So we're going to say the first point will be 1, comma, that's in the x direction, 1 in the y direction, and -1 in the z direction. And we can just leave a comment. We'll say 0, and this is reference to the top, front, right? And then it depends how we're going to put these together, but when you guys are setting up your points, you kind of have a reference to how you label them, because again, we did clockwise last time, but we're just going to set them up and kind of wing it as we go. So the next point, we're going to do the bottom front right, so we're just going to say 1, -1 in the y direction, and -1 in the z direction. So we're going to call this point bottom front right. Next point, we're going to say the bottom front left, so that's going to be -1 in the y, or in the x direction, -1 in the y direction, and -1 in the z direction. And again, we're just going to call this point 2, bottom front left. Then we're going to set up the top front left as well, so we're just going to say -1, 1, -z axis, and that's going to be 0.3. And then we're going to just set these up as the back, and they're pretty much going to be in the same position. So I'm just going to copy this whole thing and paste it, and this time we just want to change the z to +1 instead of -1. And then we're just going to change all these fronts to back. And there we go. We have all of our points set up. We might want to change our references because we're going to get into that in the next tutorial, how we can connect these pretty much the most efficient way, so we don't have to do a whole lot of typing. And again, we're going to use this indices array here, this index array. So I'll catch you guys then. Again, pretty much the same concepts, except we just had a third dimension there, which we're going to have to change within our draw method and all that great stuff. So I'll catch you guys then, and have a good one.